I love my pictures, but I'll switch it.
No, it's fine. I even forgot about, we had that one. You know what I mean? It's so many. All right, this is the deal. We're going to say goodnight. Raekwon is on here. How come you're not asleep, sweetheart? How come you're not asleep, sweetheart? Valerie Johnson and 30 other people who are logging on. You guys apparently has set your notifications. So I thank you for that. Candy Brown, Cindy Brown said, night, night, Wanda 24 karat black.
Night, night.
It's so good to see you, sweetheart. Trina said, I love you guys. 24 karat black is going up the timeline. Rachel Wallace, DeWanda, Polk, Valerie, I got your message. Hello, Valerie Johnson. Diamond Brown, Terry Page, where's Corey? Roll over and say, what's up?
That Negro ain't sleep.
They not sleep. Veronica Best is on here. Melanie is on here. Nashay, what's going on? How you doing? Nashay Wilson, McKenzie. Rashid is on here. Raj Shag.
What's up, Rashid?
He's
Raj
like,
Shag,
what's
go to
up,
sleep.
family? Sarah!
Go to sleep, man. What's up,
Sarah,
Keisha?
did you get your pizza? How are you? How are you, Kyle? How are you? What's going on? Yeah, because everybody was talking about you eating that pizza and the salt and vinegar potato chips and the freaking
Mascadines.
the grapes and the carrot cake. So I did make the pizza, and then when I made the pizza, he decided to try to get Nutter Butters in the mix.
I ain't eat them though, y'all.
Yeah, okay.
I ain't eat them.
Look at Michelle going to the timeline. What's
I
going
did
on?
good.
How are you,
What's up,
Tangela?
Shell? I did good.
Michelle, get ready to have a birthday. Beverly Hope, God bless you. Overseer Tanika Johnson, God bless you all. You guys go ahead and have a watch party. God bless you, Shannon. Golden Latoya or Latanya. Yep, that's right. Fred is crazy. He tried to eat Nutter Butters. That's
I didn't eat them.
But
I ate the pizza, and I stopped right there because
You start right there.
I stopped right there.
You start right there. So have a watch party. This is our series, this couple and Donald. What's going on, Donald? God bless you. How's the family? Destiny Brown. You guys have a watch party because we get ready to have a conversation. Keisha said, what? That was too funny. Listen here. I want you, someone said, you guys, Monday Night Football. Is Monday Night Football still on?
Sorry.
Tamika, what's up? Tamika, you know what? Tamika got the best earrings in the world, the earring chick. And so I can't wait to see her website that'll be coming out soon. So we're going to be talking about something. Who playing tonight? Call your mother and ask her who playing, because you know she up.
My mama know. I don't know.
Call notifications. That's right. Notification. I'm not going with the muscadine. Listen, everyone knows that don't get duped by these fake pages, because everyone knows that we go live because your notifications will tell you, and you all got to just watch the numbers. So we're going to have a dialogue, and even though it's late, we are tired.
We ain't gonna never ask y'all for no $2,000.
Ain't that crazy? The devil is a lie. Somebody was trying to get their mortgage paid.
If they folk ask y'all for $2,000 and say it's me and her,
and then it's an orphanage,
for $2,000
cash app.
to go to an orphanage. I mean, y'all should know better than that.
Well, baby, everybody don't know, baby. Common sense ain't common, because if it was, everybody have it. Ain't that right?
That right.
And they're right. So this is the dialogue we get ready to have. We're going to talk about forgiveness. Can I ask you a question? Mm-hmm. Do you have the air conditioner on?
Yeah. You hot now? That's because you got on this wool. You got on this wool jumper.
Hey, Daddy.
You got on this wool jumper.
I ain't playing.
You got this thermal jumper
You
on.
doggone right. Because I'm going to tell you, when you traveling, these hotels be cold, and these Airbnb, they be freezing.
It should have been, it might as well be a onesie.
Yo, as soon as that temperature drop, I'm getting the onesies with the buttons in the back with the flap. You think I'm playing? Wait, the footies.
The footies with the flap in the back.
Wait a minute. I'm going to get the one from back in the day when you get under the cover, you rub your feet, and it make a spark.
Oh, boy.
You know how you go in the cover, and you kick with the onesies on, and it makes a spark? I'm going to get those, Fred.
Don't get those. You're going to start a fire in our bed.
We already started a fire in our bed. Yeah. We married now. I married now. All right, so back to our conversation. We're going to talk about forgiveness. 2,200 people under the sound of our voice. Someone said, wow. It is very hard for anyone to make it in any type of relationship, whether you are married, whether you are single, whether you're in a friendship, no matter what it is, you cannot move forward if you got, I'm going to get a buddy suit, just like the Red Rifle BB gun, that one with the ears. It's hard for you to move forward. The bad thing about when you don't forgive somebody is that forgiveness is like a weight. It holds you back from being productive in anything positive. And if you cannot forgive someone, what you do is you are consistently nailing them to the cross for something that they did.
Right.
You cannot move forward if you say to someone, forgive me, and then you say, I forgive you, but it's always coming up in an argument. It's always, Miko said, talk to me. You always bring it up in an argument. You keep throwing them under the bus. In a conversation, you try to be slick.
Or it comes up in the attitude.
Right. Or it's like you're making somebody pay for something, but you want to heal. You want to be better, but instead you keep making yourself bitter. So I think most people have to understand, especially in a marriage or any type of relationship, if there is no real forgiveness, you may as well hang it up. It's just not going to work. Sometimes, I mean, we sit back a lot of times and we watch couple or we watch people. Someone said I'm in the vein. We watch people and we watch couples, and not on a judgmental tip.
Right.
But
just observing.
Yeah, we just observe how people do things. And do you know, sometimes in us sitting around other couples or just sitting with couples as a whole or people, we witness couples throwing things up in each other's face that happened a long time ago. But you guys are trying to make the marriage work or make the situation work or whatever relationship you have, you're trying to make it work. It is never going to work because you're holding on. And sometimes the person that doesn't want to forgive, doesn't want to let go, because it keeps them in a place of making you consistently pay for their pain.
Right. And it keeps them in the seat of the victim.
So it's the victim syndrome. And sometimes people like the victim syndrome because someone said, whew, this is for me. Reed, I got you. Sometimes people enjoy playing the victim syndrome because you are consistently giving them the attention that they desire as long as they stay in a place of unforgiveness. Yeah.
And that person that has that type of mentality, that has that victim mentality, you're going to be able to know it because you'll see it. They act it out with family. They act it out with friends. They're consistently the one that always feels like that they're losing something, like something is happening to them, like things are terrible for them. When you have that victim mentality, and then when you're in relationship with somebody like that, and you ain't got to do nothing big, you can do something. You can do something small, and you will keep reliving that and reliving that and reliving that, because a person that has a victim mentality, they don't know how to forgive.
Okay, going up the timeline, babe, a lot. A woman, Miss Gardner, said, what do you do if a person keeps saying that they're sorry, but they keep on doing it? They're not sorry.
They ain't sorry.
I'm not going to forget about the email, guys. Okay, people are crying, Fred.
Okay.
All right, y'all cry with faith, because it seemed like we have hit a vein for a lot of people. So we're going to ask you guys to please cry with faith. Someone said, what do I do if a person keeps cheating on me, but they keep saying that they're sorry? They're not sorry. It's not what's wrong with them. Again, it's what's wrong with you. Because if you keep on allowing people to get this behavior pattern and become, as I say, a habitual cheater, and you keep forgiving them, then it's what's wrong with you. Because people only receive the type of love they feel they deserve. And
forgiveness doesn't mean that we have to continue in the relationship. Forgiveness is me freeing myself of all connections, bondages, and everything else that need to be released. So we're not saying that you need to forgive them. You need to stay with them. Some situations you need to forgive them and move on, so you don't take that into your next relationship or whenever that happens.
Right. It's almost like, I'm going to say this one time, husband. Geppetto. You know the story of Pinocchio, right? Geppetto makes a puppet. Jay-Z said something that was so prolific in his rhyme. He said, why kill the puppet and keep Geppetto alive? Because what that really means is that Geppetto makes the puppet.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to kill the person, but you're going to keep the forgiveness going, the unforgiveness going. It's almost like you are consistently being a puppet. Your words said, okay, I forgive you, but the actions is who the puppet is controlled by.
Right.
It's controlled by Geppetto. Your forgiveness cuts the strings of the puppeteer. You get it? Your forgiveness cuts the string from the puppeteer.
Because I ain't got to keep reliving it.
Right,
ain't
and
gotta
you
keep
won't be
reliving it.
controlled. Sometimes a person will throw it in your face simply to keep control of your emotions.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm not going to let you smile because I control the strings. I'm not going to let you laugh because I control the strings. I'm not going to let you have what you need to be better in this
Right.
relationship because
No peace.
I control the strings. You're not going to have peace because I control.
yeah.
So I'm making you pay on a consistent basis because you're the puppet. Forgiveness is the string, and I'm Geppetto, and I'm controlling you.
Wow.
Okay, they just crying. I'm sorry. Someone asked, when am I coming to Chicago? We're coming, baby. We're coming. You have to give the forgiveness. Hey, Trey, can't wait to see you guys. You have to give forgiveness an opportunity to free you of control from the person that caused you pain.
Yeah, and you have to have courage to forgive.
Yeah, it does.
See, a lot of people don't have courage to forgive because forgiveness gives you some type of stability. It gives you unforgiveness gives you some type of stability. It gives you something to hold on to.
Yeah.
And when you forgive a person, you actually got to move on. You got to take courage you got to have courage now for what your life is fixing to be, where it's fixing to go without other people. And some of you need to admit your unforgiveness is what is the stability that you are holding on to because you're scared to move forward.
How many people? We got 2,300 people. Have a watch party. It's late. Some people can't sleep. How many people under the sound of our voice is dealing with unforgiveness? If you are, just give a teardrop, just like the other individuals. Someone said, this is good. Wow, good teaching. Erica, we got you. Tamika, we got you. If you're dealing with unforgiveness right now, give an emoji with a teardrop. It's 2,300 people. Have a watch party because we're going to go a little deeper. Now, look at what just happened.
Yeah.
Right now, Eastern Standard Time, it's God knows what time it is. We have 2,300 people watching us right now. Someone said, he dogged me out. It's hard to forgive.
Yeah.
So we're saying right now, these emojis, all of the replay people, there are 2,300 people who are dealing with unforgiveness.
She said, he dogged me out. It's hard to forgive him. Now, we're not telling you to excuse the actions.
That's right.
We're saying forgive the person so that this person doesn't keep a consistent control of your life, making you react over and over and over and over the things that happen to you. Because as long as you can keep the person, as long as you can stay in your mind of how he dogged you, then you can't move forward. And if you do move forward, the person that's gonna come in your life, they're gonna reap stuff that they hadn't done because you're still gonna be thinking about the person that dogs you out.
I think people have to understand. A lot of people are saying it's pain.
It's definitely
pain. Pain keeps me angry. I remember I put up a post years ago, and I said, you mean I'm going to still remain angry over the pain you cause? I can't give you that much control over my life. So what we're saying with 2,400 people watching us that are dealing with the emojis, that are dealing with issues of unforgiveness, you're still allowing that person to control and to have access over
that's
your
emotion. That's the right word.
And so what happens is you allow them to make you... Unfortunately, I've got to say that it's going to hurt. You allow that person to control your mental health. I'm going to say it for what it is. You're allowing that person to keep you mentally unhealthy. Why are you giving them access to the very thing that you need to function? When you allow pain to afflict you to the point where it's still infiltrating your present, there is no way possible mentally you can get your headspace in a good place to heal your future. Because what happens is pain is a reaction. Anger is a reaction towards your pain. If I hit my foot, my little Dr. Stevens, bless you. If I hit my little pinky toe.
The pinky toe.
Not the big toe. You can deal with the big toe. But if I hit my little pinky toe at the edge of a bed.
Anything.
An edge of anything. It is going to affect my entire body. And keep me from walking for a period of time until I realize that I can rub it, wiggle it, and I have the ability to move forward. Right. But because you're in the pain and if you feel it now, your whole body is affected and you can't function. And every time you think about what they did, you hit your pinky toe. And you get yourself to a place where you cannot function because the thought process is still causing you to be reactionary towards something someone did a long time ago. It's affecting your entire body. So, where strife is, every evil work follows. So when you don't want to forgive, someone said, ooh, 14 years of pain, that's a lot. If you allow them in your space and that one thought is affecting your whole body, then mentally you can't make right decisions because you become paranoid. It's hard to love again because you become scared. It's hard to move forward and trust again because of what happened. So that reaction is still present.
That's right.
That's how come you got to cut the strings from Geppetto. And the only way that you do that is say, I love myself enough to forgive my actions, but I love myself even greater to not allow someone from my past to cause my future to be tainted over something I may or may not have control of. The onus comes with me first.
Right.
I love myself enough to know that I deserve to be healed and be in a good, healthy mental space. You've got to ask yourself, how important is your mental health? So let's do a mental check today. Well, tonight. Let's do a mental check. The mental check is when you think about the pain that somebody caused you, what is your reaction? Okay, we got unforgiveness out the way. We got that. Is anger present? Do you still cry? Are you revenge? Meaning this, I want to get revenge. Do you do something to cause them pain? Watch this. Do you go get other people that may have an issue with them and gather together and you form a group against them because you're dealing with pain? Mm-hmm. Because do you know pain and unforgiveness looks for an audience?
Ooh, that's good, baby.
It looks for an audience. It finds individuals who are like-minded. This is where you get misery, love company.
Yeah,
it finds individuals to justify what they feel. Mm-hmm. Because they don't have the mental capacity to realize, I can be healed from this. I can move forward. I can love again. I can get on my feet. Maybe this wasn't my fault. Maybe it was. Someone said, I cry. So mentally, we're doing a self-check time. You're still allowing them to control your mental health. They ain't got that kind of power. They shouldn't have that kind of power over your life unless you give it.
Unless you give it to them.
What do you do when you start seeing the same signs? If you start seeing the same signs in someone else, then you need to check yourself. Because it's just like, if this is my husband, right? If I did an exercise right now and I just said Fred, and I just keep hitting his hand, right? And I hit his hand, and I hit his hand. I keep doing it. I keep saying, this is going to eventually become annoying to him, right? And then when I say, give me a hand, he's going to be like, nah, that's okay. Because he's learned the lesson by several hits that I've already applied. Mm-hmm. And so at some point, you've got to ask yourself, how come you're not learning the lesson? As soon as you see those signs, you've got to say to yourself, am I pulling those individuals because they're familiar to me, because I have issues I haven't dealt with myself?
That's exactly why.
And so try the spirit, by the spirit, to see if that spirit be of God.
Yeah.
Sometimes you keep attracting the same thing that you don't want to forgive because you're holding your own self hostage.
And you need to start questioning what you attract and why you're attracted to a person.
Yeah.
See, because one thing about when you attracted to the familiar, they ain't got to be the same skin color. They ain't got to be the same height, the same weight,
Yeah.
but they can be the same type person. And that's why you got to ask yourself, what attracts me? Because if you've consistently been seemingly hurt the same way 2 or 3 times, it means that you're not recognizing what you are attracted to and what attracts you.
Someone just went up the timeline, honey, and she said, I've been crying for 3 days.
Wow.
She said, I've been crying for 3 days. I have to ask you a question. You're crying for 3 days because. And I think if I had to give everyone counseling of some degree, we like to give people exercise. You want something to drink, baby? Here. We like to give people exercise. And the exercise that I want to give the young lady that went up the timeline with 2,700 people having a watch party is this. Identify, why are you crying? How long have you been crying? Watch this. She said that I've been crying for 3 days. The question is, why? What has you so emotionally imbalanced that is controlling your emotions until you don't find yourself worthy of letting go and smiling? Because what you have done is you've given something place to replace your healthy space. And so for 3 days, you've been crying over what?
Yeah.
And so you've got to identify, what is the attraction? Does it feel good? Now, this is going to hurt your feelings. Sometimes it feels good to be in a place of wallowing. You ever heard people say they wallow in their sorrows? They are wallowing in their sorrow. Sometimes people wallow in their sorrow because they have not dealt with the issue of possibly regret.
Yeah.
Sometimes people won't forgive because of regret. That if I hold myself there, I can punish myself because I shouldn't have did that. And that's not healthy. Unforgiveness puts you in a place so bad of unhealthy. It'll make you take things out on innocent people. You'll make people pay for your mistakes because unforgiveness is unhealthy.
Yeah. You're self-condemning.
Yeah.
And when you're self-condemning, can be just as bad because you begin to put yourself in your own pit. You put yourself in your own pit. You lock your own door. You put yourself in your own stocks and bonds, and that's chains and fetters. I mean, you lock yourself up because of condemnation. You got to forgive yourself. And it happens to people. You're like, why am I so stupid? But okay, you said that. You done that. Now let it go so you can be free and move forward.
I want to be free, so I have to forgive me. I'm going to say that again. I want to be free, so I have to forgive me. The hardest thing that we could do sometime is to look in the mirror. Here's an exercise and say, I did that. It was my fault. I saw the signs. Or I gave them a little bit too long. Sometimes you want to punch yourself in the face because you gave somebody a little too much time with you. And so sometimes you've got to say, how important am I to myself?
Yeah.
How this girl, people go to my timeline. This girl said, now I've been crying for a month now. Why? You've got to identify, how come you're crying that long? How come you are crying this long? What was the connection? Sometimes it's hard to forgive somebody because you created a false connection. And what you've done is you've created a false connection or a false possibility that didn't end so well. And so you want to kick yourself yet again because you set up a false expectation. They never said that. That was you.
Oh, that's good right there, babe.
I mean, it's true. I never said that. You said that.
I don't know where you got that from.
I don't know where you got that from. You know, and truth be told, you'll be surprised how many people are dealing with forgiveness because they set up a false emotional connection with people. A false, and I'm going to ask you a question. I've been crying for 4 months. I tried suicide and I cried. I haven't lost weight, my hair. You've been doing this for 18 years, young lady. You just went up the timeline. Sometime you may have a clinical imbalance. If it's got you to the point where you have lost weight, you're suicide, you can't eat, you've got to get help. In fact, before I go to bed tonight, I put up the suicide hotline. Because sometimes things are beyond you. I've got to ask you a question. Write down what is so hard. Write down what is the connection, what is so hard. I'm going to say this. I dealt with one young lady, and she was molested by her dad. And so she said, I'm not going to forgive her. Yeah, I shouldn't have forgave mine. God knows I shouldn't have forgave mine. But I had to because I was more important than his life.
There you go.
I was more important than his abuse. I was more important than molestation. I am more important until you get to the point where you say, I am more important than the pain of my past. And daggone it, I deserve to be happy. I deserve to smile. I deserve to love again. You deserve it. You deserve it. But when you don't forgive somebody, they will control you and say, you don't deserve to be happy, because you'll still hear those voices. You don't deserve to smile. You'll still hear those voices, and you will believe a lie. Everything that's part of you, forgiveness is an onion. It's a core. You got to keep pulling it apart. It's a work. And I'm going to tell you what the greatest headache is about forgiveness. Most people says it starts with just saying, I'm sorry. It starts with saying, I forgive me. It starts with accountability, but it's deeper than that. Forgiveness and unforgiveness is like a core of an onion. You got to work and you got to keep pulling it apart and you got to cry and it don't smell so good. It don't feel so good, but you got to keep taking the layers apart daily, every day, because you deserve it. Yes.
And that's the same way somebody went up the timeline. They say soul ties are so hard to break. But the same way she was expressing and giving the example of taking apart an onion until you get to the core, that's the same way you break soul ties. Mm-hmm. You break soul ties the same way. It takes time. Mm-hmm. It took time for it to become a soul tie. Mm-hmm. That's the thing you got to look at. Mm-hmm. It didn't become a soul tie overnight. Mm-hmm. It came a soul tie because it took time. And the same way it took that time, it's going to take that time for you to dig out with honesty.
Yeah. Because
some soul ties don't break because some people, you're not being honest about the situation. Either honest about what you've done or what you accepted. Mm-hmm. You know, you can't break something unless true honesty happens. As a matter of fact, deliverance don't come until you're fully honest with yourself. Mm-hmm,
mm-hmm. Shane just put up the National Suicide Hotline. And I always say, my husband and I always say, live, baby, live, because what suicide does, it robs you from the opportunity to see it get better. It's a cheater. It's a lie from the pit of hell. And what it does, thank you for putting up the suicide hotline, what it does, it prevents you from seeing things do get better. If I could cheat you now and just say, take yourself out, it don't get better. The devil is a liar. It does get better. And you got to stick around to see how good it can get. Because it does. I want you to also understand that sometimes, I'm going to say this, get help. It's not like it was before. Sometimes you don't even have to sit in the office to get help. Mm-hmm. You can do it through Zoom. They do it now.
That's right.
I also want to say this to you. It's work, and it's well worth the work. Because at some point in time, you got to make a promise to yourself that I want to see myself better. I don't want to be here again. I make a goal. We're going to give everybody a goal. It takes 21 days to break a bad habit. And so what I want you to do is the best way to move forward is out of sight, out of mind. The very thing that you've been holding on to take 21 days. I want y'all to get a calendar. Everybody get a calendar. But I don't want you to be the calendar on your phone. I need you to get a physical calendar.
Yeah.
Go to the store, to Hallmark, the dollar store, and get you a forgiveness calendar. We're going to all do this, right? Okay. Everybody agree? If you agree what we're going to do this, those of you that are dealing with unforgiveness, give me a thumbs up. If you're going to do this with me, let's do it together, CCM. Let's do it together, UCC. Can everybody do this? Everybody give a thumbs up. I promise you it's going to help you. Everybody that's going to do this, let's do it together. Give a thumbs up. Okay? All right. I want everybody to go and get a calendar. I don't care if it's puppy dogs. I don't care what's on it. Get you a physical calendar. I want you to mark, this is my forgiveness calendar. You're going to write, this is my forgiveness calendar. You're going to take 21 days. The first day, what you're going to do is you're not going to talk about it. The second day you're going to do, you're not going to talk. You're going to take 7 days and you're not going to talk about it. The next week, what you're going to do is you're going to write down every day something that you have not forgiven. The next day, what I need you to do is I need you to acknowledge yourself, if you were the problem or the other person was the problem. And then what I want you to do is write a letter. You could do email or you could write a text. And you can ask that person to forgive you or you can forgive the person, but you're not going to talk about it. Don't talk about it to that last week if they want to address it, and if they don't. Then after that, look at your calendar and you keep it up. After you mark off your days for 21 days and you say, I'm letting it go, I'm not addressing it anymore. So therefore, you won't keep on reminding yourself of something. After 21 days, you broke the bad habit and you've accepted responsibility for giving someone else, and you don't have to address it again. If they want to come to you and talk about it, you've given them an opportunity to address it on those 21 days. I've given you an opportunity to talk about it, and you didn't want to talk about it. So therefore, we can't address it because I presented it to you for us to bring it to an end. But don't let them nail you to the cross. And it's 21 days. I can guarantee you, you're going to feel a little bit better.
Yeah.
And you can look at your forgiveness calendar and you can say, I wrote the letter, I forgave them, I sent the text, I sent the email. I don't have to address it. It's out of sight, it's out of mind, and it's a new me, and it's time to move forward. Then after you do that, do something good for yourself.
Go somewhere.
Go somewhere.
Yeah.
Get out the environment.
Make it special after you make it through the 21 days.
Yep.
Do something special.
Yeah.
That culminates those 21 days.
Right.
Celebrate yourself.
Right. Do something new. Get a new hairstyle. Do a new wardrobe. Do everything that you got to do to make yourself better. And reintroduce yourself to you. That I am no longer part of this pain. I have given someone an opportunity to fix it. I am fixing myself. And you love yourself to move forward. Because why? It's out of sight and it's out of mind. But when you don't forgive yourself and other people want to keep nailing you to the cross, how do you heal? How do you heal? If you are with somebody and you are married and they consistently cheat on you, they don't want to get better.
And they win. When you don't forgive, you deal with, and you let unforgiveness just hold you. Yeah. Don't you know they win because you can't even transform into that person that you could be. You know, don't let them win by staying in the same place.
I think someone just said, "What, Pastor MJ? What did I do?" She said, "Pastor MJ, oh well, I'll get in my inbox, darling, if we done that together." What I want you to do is, I want you to understand that never allow someone that has not forgiven you to just nail you to the cross. You're never going to move forward. And that's why I said don't address it after 21 days. Because in that 21-day period time, you've given them an opportunity to talk about it. You ain't going to nail me to the cross. Okay, someone said, okay, we're going to hurry up because we're going to go to bed. Someone said, what happens if the person is deceased? Let me tell you something. You cannot address it if they're deceased. It's not on them anymore, baby. It's on you.
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
It's on you. It's not on them because they don't go on. They waiting for judgment. It's not on them anymore. It's on you. The problem is you might be dealing with guilt that you didn't get a chance to say, I'm sorry, that you didn't get a chance to correct it, that you didn't get a chance to make amends. So now what you've got to do is you have no choice because they're not here to hear you or you hear them.
Amen.
Okay? Anyway, I love you guys. We love you guys. Again, someone said, well, what if it's your spouse? Again, we're going to say that. If you are with someone and they are a habitual cheater and they keep saying, I'm sorry, but they keep doing the same thing, they're not sorry.
Yeah, they ain't sorry.
They're not sorry. They're not sorry.
And it's up for you to do something about that.
Yeah. It's up to you.
Baby.
Fred, I'm not going through no pizza. I ain't going through no carrot cake. I ain't going through them grapes. And I'm not going through no salt and vinegar potato chips. You gonna eat that chicken in there? That's what you want, the chicken? What you want, baby?
Ain't no more chicken.
You done gave all that chicken to the boys? Why you didn't see if I was here, I would put something up for you. What you want to eat, Fred? I'm going to go out and get you something. Because
You ain't got to go get me nothing.
Why do you do this to me? Why do you wait
I'm going to eat salad. I'm going to eat a salad.
I got you a salad in there.
That's
You
what
said
I'm
that
gonna
you
eat.
was going to get it.
That's what I'm going to eat. I'm going to eat a salad.
I forgive you, Fred. I forgive you, Fred.
Do you forgive me?
Yeah, I forgive you. I'm going to call your mother, though. I'm waking up. Why do you do this, Fred?
What I did?
Why do you wait to 10:30, 11 o'clock to get some? Why do you do this, baby?
Well, baby, we had stuff going on.
I'm gonna fix this. I'm gonna put a nail in this coffin tonight. I'm gonna make food. I'm gonna put it in Tupperware, and I'm not gonna hear. Oh, you don't have to cook. I'm not doing this no more. The devil is a liar. Get off me, Fred. We ain't doing that. I ain't hearing that. I'm gonna make that food, and I'm gonna put your name on it. I'm putting labels on it.
I didn't want you to cook.
We ain't doing that no more. Cause I got to pay for this. Just like I had to pay for them dishes with that hell Mevin and the Blue Note stuff. No, I'm not. Y'all pray for me with this man. In the name of Jesus, Keisha, loose him. In the name of Jesus. I'm going to bed. Going in, you're going to eat that salad tonight.
Okay.
No, we're not doing this, Fred. I'm going to have to, I know, Fred. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make the food. I'm going to put it in Tupperware. So from now on, we ain't gonna go through this, whether we traveling or not.
We usually be sleeping.
Why do you do this?
We traveling late, baby. That's all
I
right.
know that, but what's going on?
I just ain't shit.
Oh, come here. You need a hug. Turn near.
Okay.
Turn near, Stotchy. Yeah, baby. That baby. Yo, I love you, but that's why you're going to eat that salad tonight.
Okay.
You're going to have salad and you're going to have some water.
And water?
And water.
Okay.
Good night, y'all.
We love y'all.
Forgive somebody. You deserve it. You deserve it. You deserve it.
You deserve to live.
You deserve it. You
Live,
deserve to
baby,
live.
live.
You deserve to be happy. You deserve to move forward from that place. You know people don't forgive you because they want to keep you in a place of misery. That's what they want to do. I forgive you for that salad stunt tonight, Fred. All right. Mommy on here. Mom. You pick up your phone, Adele. I need you to pick up your phone. I'm going to call you right now. Right now. I love y'all. We love y'all. We'll see you in the morning. Someone said we need a whole TV show. Speak it into existence. Speak it into existence. Peanut butter and jelly. He ain't eat no peanut butter and jelly sandwich, child. Well, he might. He just put grapes.
I used to eat a lot of peanut butter and jelly.
Well, you know, maybe that's a thought. You think we need to just keep you some peanut butter and jelly sandwiches all the time? You think you want your peanut butter and your jelly?
I like to toast my bread.
I'm going to be toasting the bread at 11 o'clock at night. All right, love y'all. See ya. You think I'm going to get you to toasting the bread? Come on, let's go get your salad, baby. Come on, let's go. Come on, let's get it. All right.